You wanted to say boyfriend?
Okay.
Oh, let's see. Anyone we want to know for a live session.
Yeah, live for. So just reduce your.
But there's nobody on Trivia. Oh,
Okay. So just what's happening?
start. Two people on TikTok. Okay, now na two.
People are watching. People are watching.
Said, don't join.
Okay, let's begin.
Yeah, you. Okay, you guys can start.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to our associates that are out there.
It's not true.
Good afternoon to our associates that are yet, to those that are out there that are yet to be associates. You're welcome to today's live session. This is week 13 of our associate training with Crown Homes Holding. And today we have an amazing topic to share with you guys. We'll be talking about client relationship management and referral generation. So before we kickstart with today's session, I would like to introduce myself to you. I'm Terry Claire from Crown Homes Holding, the executive assistant. So you're all welcome to our live session today. And with me, I'm here with an amazing personality, a very beautiful damsel. She goes by the name, I'll just allow her to introduce herself. So,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sandra from Crown Homes Holding.
you're welcome, Miss Sandra. You're welcome to our live session today. How are you feeling about the session?
Very excited. I'm very anxious to dish out what I have to you.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for gracing our stage this day. Like I said, we'll be talking about client relationship management and referral generation. So the first thing we'll be talking about today is why client relationship matters. You know, those of us that are into the real estate business, we have to know that to keep a good relationship with our client is of good importance. So I'll just be dishing out some of the reasons why you actually have to keep a good relationship with your client. So the first thing I'll be talking about is retaining a client is 5 times cheaper than finding a new one. For you to have a client, a former client, is more profitable to you. Why I say so? Once you have a client that is already purchasing from you, it's good to keep a good relationship with that client because at the end of the day, that client might end up purchasing another property from you. That's based on how well you keep your relationship with him. So it's good to always keep a good relationship with your clients. Don't say, oh, because they've already purchased from me, they can get go. I'm going to have another client definitely. Or because this client has I've already done with a deal, I've already had my commission, I just neglect the client. It's always good to keep a good relationship with your clients. And happy clients, they always repeat buying. That's for sure. You have to know that once you have a client and he purchases a property, let's say for instance the client gets to purchase the property from you, the client is super satisfied about the location, about how accessible that property is. That client can likely get to you to get another property, same location, or why not another location. So you have to always keep a good relationship, make your clients to be happy and super confident at all times. And I bet you that client as well can do a when a client is happy, that client can go the extreme ends to do whatever. That's by purchasing another property. That's by doing a referral for you. And when I talk about referral, I'm talking about that client actually bringing some other person to purchase the property that is maybe close to his property or some other place, but getting you to be that person to provide the property for. So it's very good to keep a good client relationship. I'll be talking about clients. When you have clients, you have to build your reputation and credibility in real estate. When I talk about your reputation, once you have a client, it's good to keep a good client relationship with the person, because at the end of the day, it all boils down to how well you're going to be communicating to that person, how reliable you have been to that client, and that client is actually going to get back to you for another property. So I hope you're actually taking down notes on what I'm saying today. Like I told you before, I'm with an amazing person for our live session today. So she's going to be taking us on our next point, which is keys to a strong client relationship.
Thank you so much, Miss Terry, for that wonderful explanation. I hope you all actually heard what she said and you're actually taking notes, like she said. So I'll be talking about the keys to strong client relationship, because in business it's very difficult for some people to build like relationship with their clients, and it is absolutely important for you to have a relationship with your clients. Now, the first point is to be responsive and reliable. You have to be responsive. Like, if your client writes you, if he or she sends a text message, you have to make sure that you respond to this person. You answer every question you're being asked, and you have to be reliable. Your client has to be sure that, okay, I'm trusting this person, I'm relying on this person, I'm giving this person all the benefits of doubt, and I know that this person is definitely going to come through. So you have to be very responsive. You don't have to be the kind of person that will send you a message. The client texts you today, reply 3 days after. The client is definitely going to lose interest in doing business with you. So if you do this, it definitely keeps a relationship. It builds a relationship between you and your client. You have to provide regular updates. If there is any update on the property, for example, if you have a property in a developing area, and then there is any work going on in that area, you have to communicate to your clients that, okay, this is what is happening. They're actually digging the road, they're actually constructing something there. There is this project going on. You have to make sure that you regularly update your clients on whatever activity is going on in an area, even after closing a deal. Because if you close a deal, you don't just forget about the client. No, you don't forget about the client. Make sure that after, if there is anything going on in that place, you reach out to your client and you tell the client, okay, this is happening, this is happening. Your client might be interested in still purchasing. They might be developing the from there. You understand? So it's very important. And also, you have to go beyond transactions and care for your clients. Care for your clients and then ask about their goals. Sometimes when you want to sell to a client or you're pitching to a client, it should not only be about business. Sometimes just ask them, what do you want to do? What do you like to do with the property? What do you want to construct? How is this? Do you want to give out to the society? Is it for personal purpose? When you have these responses for your client, it helps you to actually assist your clients make the right investment decision. Your client will feel very comfortable sharing certain things with you, and your client is like very okay. Like, I trust this person. You know what? This person cares about me. It's not just about business. This person actually cares about me. So yeah, I'm comfortable dealing with this person. These are some very, very, in fact, important notes you should take. Like, keep this in check to build a good relationship with your clients. I'm going to go back to Miss Terry, who's going to be talking about personalization wins.
Thank you so much, Miss Sandra.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for those points that you've raised up. So I'll be talking to us today about personalization. What do we understand first off by personalization? When we talk about personalization wins, what are we talking about? Now we are talking about you personally knowing your client. You know, in this real estate business, most of the times we always just want to sell. We don't care about the client after that. We just want to sell to the client. But it's good for you to know your client. It's good for you to keep a personal relationship with the client. When I talk about personal relationship, I mean a professional, personal relationship with the client. So the first thing I'll be talking about is use of their names. You have a client, you have to make sure that you know your clients. Don't say, oh, that yellow man who used to ask me about the property, that I sold the property to him some other time like that. He contacted me, oh, but I've forgotten his name. No, that's a bad sign. You have to know your client's name. You have to be sure to say, oh, Mr. John, Mr. Ndive called me and he needs a property. Even when you're communicating with them, you have to say, oh, Mr. Ndive, how are you doing? Oh, Mr. Ndive, how is your property? Oh, Mr. Ndive, have you find time to go again to your property to check it out? So you have to be very, you have to know your clients to an extent where you get to relate to them with their names, but in a very respectful manner. Don't just say, oh, son Ndive, man, so way it be. No, that's not professional. You have to address them professionally and with their names. Mr. Diven John called me and he said he needed another property. You relate it to the company. Oh, who is Mr. Oh, Mr. Diven John, he got the property the last time. So try to use their names while you're communicating with them as well as with the company. Another thing, remember their special days. I know most of us now will be smiling and saying, why their special days? Why do I have to know my client's birthday? Why do I have to know my client's birthday?
Like,
You know,
it's not important.
it's not important. He just needs to come and purchase the property. Why should I know his name? Why should I know his birthday? Why is it of importance to me? But then, such occasions, it mean a lot to certain personalities.
Yeah.
So when you get to know, if for instance during a conversation it comes up, maybe you were taking him, let me say for example, you were taking him to see a property, and while you were going, he said, oh, today says na my birthday. You just need to take note of that. While you're keeping a good relationship with him, let's say sometime next year, the same time, you realize that that's his birthday, for you to keep up that conversation going. It's a good sign to just say, hey, Mr. Antive, good day. I just check on you. I'm just checking up on you, and I know this is your birthday. I'm here to wish you a happy birthday. If you were the person, how are you going to feel?
Good.
You're definitely going to feel good, and you'll be like, oh my god. So this realtor actually remember my birthday. Yes, and to an extent, it makes you feel very comfortable with the realtor, and the person, the client will always want to get back to you in case that client is in need of any property, anything real estate related. That client must contact you, because it's not just now like business. It's more like I have a business partner who is somehow close to me. So it's very important to know some of these days, their anniversaries, their birthdays. Just keep it in mind. You must not say a lot, but just a happy birthday makes a huge difference. Also, recommend opportunities based on their interest. A client can get a property from you, and then you realize that, oh, this client gets back to me and say, I really needed to build but a commercial building, but I'm seeing that the property that I got, it won't be sufficient. I need another one. That's how the client gets to you back. So it's very important to keep a good relationship with your client. Like I said, personality always wins. So Miss Sandra, you're going to help us talk about the next point.
I'll be talking about trust build habits. I believe that if you don't trust someone, it's very difficult to do business with that
Definitely.
person, especially when it involves huge amounts of money.
Definitely.
For someone to remove like 70 million francs and give you like, Terry, I want to purchase this property, it means that person actually trusts you. There's some level of trust that the person has for you, and it's very, very important to build trust with anyone you're about to do business with. And the ways in which you can actually build trust is to always keep your promise. If you promise a client, okay, we'll go for a site visit this day, make sure you take that person on that particular day. If you tell the client, I'll give you your documents will be ready in 1 week time, it's it's very important that in 1 week time you call your client and you give the person's document. Even if the documents are not available at the moment, you can always call to make sure say that sorry we had a delay, this happened, this happened. You just pray, you just want to plead that you give us few days, and after these days we're definitely going to provide your document. But it's always important to keep your promises, because if you keep failing them, if you keep failing your clients, the person loses interest in you. And if they lost interest in you, there's no way they can give you 70 million francs for a property, because that's actually a huge amount of money. Also, you have to be very, very transparent with information.
Yeah.
If a property goes for 5 million francs, let it be 5 million francs. If you meet your client and you feel that this person is wealthy enough to pay more than 5 million francs, you have no right to increase the property, like the price of that property. If it goes for 5 million, let it be 5 million. You have to be very, very transparent, because if a client gets to hear from someone else, that maybe a neighbor, that this property actually goes for 5 million and you sold it for like 9 million, it really, that person will have a bad conception about you, and the person will might never come back to you to purchase a property. So it's very important to be very, very transparent. And you also have to share market insights. You have to do that regularly. You have to tell your client, oh, this is happening in real estate, this is happening in the market. You can do like this, you can invest this way to make profit. You have to share information, like make your client understand that you know what you are into. You're not just into selling. It's not like a dress that you just want to sell.
Mhm.
At least when vendors sell clothes, they'll tell you, please give me a review. Can you send me a picture of you wearing that dress? Let me see how it looks like. And when the person sees the dress looking so pretty on you, they're satisfied.
Yeah.
So when you actually sell to a client, you make sure that you always reach out to your client, share information. Like if your client purchases a property and you see that there is a way the client can benefit or make profit from that property, you call your client and you give the person that information. You don't just forget about your clients after they make a purchase. So when you do this, of course, it builds trust, and your clients will always return back to you. Thank you so much. I'll be going back to Miss Terry, and she's going to tell us how to turn your clients into your advocates.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys are having an interesting session out there. If you're having an interesting session, I just want you to hum to yourself and say, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Sandra. Okay, now I'll be talking about turning clients into advocates. Now, what do we understand about being an advocate? Just means you standing in the gap for someone selling the property.
Yeah.
You standing as an associate. Your client can stand in the gap for some other person buying. Definitely, what we refer to as referrals. Yeah. So the first thing is asking for testimonials. You can ask your clients to send you videos of how appealing that property is to them. You can ask your clients to send you maybe even just a message, a video, a voice note, whatever they are comfortable with. And also for you to be able to post such, you have to ask for their permission, because not every client likes to be out there. So you can ask for the permission of those that are willing, and then you get to share their testimonials, their videos of how pleasing that property actually is to them. So as make sure as an associate, you first of all ask the permission of the person who purchased that property. You ask the permission if the person is comfortable for you to do a video. Then you do a video, and you can now share on your social media platforms. You can share on your WhatsApp status. You can share on your Facebook page, on your Instagram page, on your TikTok page. Once people see this, they can actually see, oh, so this person is a reliable person. From there, they can as well contact you to get a property. So it's actually very encouraging. The second point is definitely to share success story. Like I said, you share your success story. Testimonials must not always be about land. Testimonials, you the associate can as well do a testimonial. You can as well see the properties that you sold. You can actually go there, do a video, how the roads have opened in that area. Do a video, show it out to the public. Don't be scared to do videos, to put it out there. You have a company that is being backed by an honorable CEO, say George Babila. So you have to be very your testimonials out there. Okay, so thank you, Miss Sandra. You can now talk on the referral strategies.
Okay, I'll be talking on some referral strategies. In business, if someone is satisfied, if you satisfy a client, the client is definitely going to refer someone to you. If I buy a car from you and this car functions properly, if this car is good, and I have a friend that wants to buy a car, I'll be like, oh, I know someone that sells a car, and I'll bring the person back to you. So there's so many ways you can get referrals in business, and the very first way is to ask directly. You can ask your client directly. Do you know someone looking for a land? Do you know someone interested in getting a property? Do you know anybody interested in real estate? You can ask directly, and your client can have someone who is actually interested in real estate, who actually wants to purchase a property, and the person is going to remember, oh, I have this person. Or in a gathering where you're talking about real estate, about lands, and they mention purchasing land, that client is definitely going to think about you, and that client is going to refer you.
Yeah.
Another way to get referrals is to offer gifts and rewards. Like what we do to our associates, like you have someone that wants to purchase a property, we can tell the person, okay, if you bring someone that wants to purchase a property, if you refer someone to us, I can give you, let's say, 5%, I can give you 10%, I can give you 2% of whatever I make from the sales. This is going to motivate people. It's going to motivate your client. Your client will always have it at the back of his or her mind that if I bring someone to actually purchase, I have my 5%. 5% for doing nothing.
And you know,
Just for
sometimes, just to cut you short, sometimes these clients, right, they don't need a lot.
Yeah.
They just need a little token from you.
A little
Yeah, they
token.
just need a little
Yeah.
token from you, and then you get the trust.
That's why it's very good to make sure that you satisfy your clients, because
Definitely.
when they are satisfied, they are going to refer you.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, they are going to refer you. And also, when they do refer you, it's very important for you to follow up with your referrer immediately. When they refer you to someone, you don't wait for that person to reach out to you all the time. The person will reach out to you for the very first time, of course, to introduce his or herself, to tell you what they want. It now depends on you. You have to put in effort, you have to put in the work to make sure that you reach out to this person all the time. Because I want a land. Okay. I just come to you, I'm like, Terry, I want a land. And I stay put, I have the money. Like, I have the money. And you actually want to sell. So it is in your place to put in the work. Convince me. Give me. I might have 5 real estate agents I'm talking to. So what makes you different? What makes you stand out from all the agents I have? Is the work you're going to put in. So when you have a referral, like, you have to put in the work. You have to constantly make sure that you're texting, you're updating the person, you're building a good relationship, you're doing amazing things. Like, you reach out to this person all the time, and when you do so, of course, the person purchases the property, and when next the person thinks about real estate, the person gets to you. So these are some referral strategies you can use. You can either ask directly, or you can give out gifts, and you also follow up on your referrals immediately. So when you do this, of course, you have other leads and definitely clients.
Thank you so much. That means I'm just going to get a bottle of wine to give it to my client.
Of course,
I'm going to get a gift for my client.
They will be so
Who is out there is
happy.
going to get a gift as well?
So happy, so satisfied. Imagine, in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I go give this person a referral, I have 5,000 pounds. I have something extra for just referring someone. I'll do that every day. Even if the person is not buying immediately, I will definitely just refer. If you just talk about land, I will refer you. If you just mention real estate, I will refer you. So the agent is now going to be the one to discuss with you and then continue doing the work with you first. When it comes to refer, I will refer 100 people. I will just refer. If I hear land, I will refer. So it's very good to motivate your clients in that way. Like, you can just give out gifts, nice gifts, maybe a teacup, something nice. So when they look at it, they'll be like, oh, real estate agent, so give me this thing. The person will give me this thing. I know people forget the girl. The girl be fine. Yes.
It actually puts a mark.
It puts a mark actually, and trust me, anytime they hear about real estate, they're going to call you. They'll call you. So yeah, you can use those strategies as referrals. Moving back to you, who is going to be telling us on how to use social media for referrals, because these days I think social media is stopping the world. Like, if you're not involved in social media, you'll be very, very limited in every aspect of life. I think so. So you always have to follow up innovations, of course, and social media is You just brief us on how we can use social media for referrals.
All right, thank you so much. You know, I've already spoken about testimonials. I feel like I've already touched that part a little, but then I'm just going to emphasize. So, you have to share client success post. Like I said before, ask for their permission. Ask
Yeah.
them if it's okay for them, because you know not every client will want to be out there on social media.
Yes.
Not everybody likes social media
Some
like
people
that.
will purchase
Yes.
and they don't want family
Yes,
members
they
and
just
friends
want
to
to be
know.
quiet about
Yeah.
it.
So you
So
obviously have to ask for
you
their
definitely
permission.
have to ask for their permission.
Yeah.
And once you're granted that permission, you feel free to share the post on your social media
And you
platform.
tag them. So
And you tag them.
someone can go to that post and then go to their page and maybe write
Yeah.
a message to ask them like, is this person really like truth? Is this person truthful? Did
Yes.
you purchase from this person? How was it? And then they have a conversation about you,
Yes.
and that person
And it
comes
makes you
back
to be reliable
of
in that
course.
business.
Yeah.
And then you encourage clients to share their journey. Sharing their journey, how they actually started, how they actually contacted you, how they actually gained the whole momentum, to get that property and all that.
Yes.
So that's basically them sharing their story. Most of the times people feel like for you to get a property, you're financially ready. Nobody is financially ready. For you to get a property, it's a big step for you. It's a
Yes.
big move. There are people who have hundreds of millions, but they will not invest in getting a property.
Yeah.
There's some other person who has 1 million francs, but because of that drive, he's willing to get a property for 2 million francs, and he will start gradually.
Yeah.
That's you putting out your success story out there. I had 1 million francs, but I had a goal to get a property for 2 million francs. I didn't just stop there.
Yeah.
I pushed through. I paid fractionally 1 million francs. I hustled. I got another 500,000 francs. I added until I got that property for 2 million francs.
Most of these stories will come from our first time buyers. You know, when you purchase a property for the very first time, there is that excitement. You're happy. Oh my God, I'm a landlord. I'm a landlady. You're willing to tell someone how you actually got
That
like how you
property.
actually got the property. The man has suffer. I see
Yeah.
she gay. That's why I do. I don't be the chop. I keep my money. I don't buy head because I want to buy land. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. Like if you ask your first time land buyers to give you a storyline, like okay, just GC. How did you go about it? How did you raise 2 million? How did you raise 3 million? They will tell you. I see shege, I suffer. And these stories are actually very beautiful stories because you see how human beings are willing to sacrifice for the future.
Yeah.
And these stories will definitely motivate those who are feeling lazy and reluctant. If you meet a very wealthy man that has billions and you ask him, how did you go about buying your very first property? Most of them remember. They remember how they actually bought their first property, but they might not remember how they bought the fifth property. Because buying the fifth property, they're already used to. They're in the business already. There's no excitement. There's no struggle.
Wait, I feel like I'm
You
going to
know.
counteract that point. I don't know why, but I feel like
Okay.
because in investment, right?
Yeah.
It always starts like a pain. I don't know if I'm right, because you have to put in something to
Sacrifice.
get more.
Yes.
So even if you are having that million,
No, that's why I'm not saying they will not be excited buying the fifth property.
Okay.
They will definitely be excited, but I'm saying that the first property is dear to their heart.
Okay.
The struggle to buying that first property is dear to that. They will always be like, I remember when I bought it. If you ask Dangote today like how he started, he would tell you. But in the middle where he has already made the billions, he might not know certain stories. It might not really mean anything to him. Maybe now if the man, maybe if he lose 50 million, it means nothing to him. But when he started, maybe like 1 million was a lot to him. You understand? So those people purchasing for the very first time will give you very, very amazing stories. It's always very important to get their stories and then put it out there for others to be motivated.
Wow, thank you. Guys, I hope you are listening. I hope you are taking down the notes on every single point. So we are moving down to what the next topic we'll be talking about, subtopic rather, we'll be talking about, which is handling difficult clients. So the first point is to listen before responding. What do you have to say about that?
Oh my god.
Listen before responding. Yeah.
Listen before responding.
Let's say for instance, I'm a difficult client.
Yeah.
And I get to you, you're a real talk. like, hello, Miss Sandra. Hello, please. I got to you before I got the property, but I need another property. Very fast, very urgent, very urgent. I need that property. And I've been calling you. I've been trying to get to you. What are you talking about? It. What are you saying?
Well, what I have to say is, I believe that listening is a very important skill.
Mm-hmm.
Listening is a skill that people should actually sit down and take lessons on, because most of us don't know how to listen. Personally, sometimes I really don't know how to listen. Like, someone might want to communicate how they're feeling, like, I'm not listening to what you're saying. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. And in the process, you're not listening to anyone. So sometimes you might have a client that is actually telling you, I want this, I want this, I want this. You are not listening to what the person is saying because you are excited that the person actually
Actually
reached
needs
out to
the
you.
property.
You're
Yeah.
excited, like the notion of, oh, this person wants to buy,
And I'm going to
and I'm
sell.
going to sell.
And I'm going to make a
That's
commission.
what is in your mind, and you're not listening to this person's needs. You have to pay attention to everything your client is saying. You have to. That's why it's very important for you to spend maybe few hours to get to know your client personally. Just know few things, because some people communicate like they're communicating, but others really don't know how to listen. So in business, it's very important to listen before you respond. Before you answer a client, make sure that you understood what he or she is saying. Don't just understand. Maybe if they ask you, they say, I want 400 meters square. You say, oh, guess what, 700 meters square for this place. That's not what you can ask. That's off topic. You did not listen. You're just responding without listening. If your client says, okay, my budget is 10 million, you're showing that client properties worth 70 million, 40 million. You're not listening. You need to listen. Take your time, listen before you respond. So that's how to deal with a difficult client. And also, you have to stay very calm and professional. There are clients that might yell at you, they might look down on you, they might, minimize you, they might just speak to you like,
like even in your conversation, you are conversing with the client, and the client was like, "Well, I didn't read it. It's not serious."
yes, you want just saying and saying.
Yes.
You even know to you talk about it.
Now
You say we get land.
you become temperamental in some way, and you become agitated. Feel like to respond. No.
You feel like saying, I beg shit, if you don't want to buy, go sell for.
Yeah. I know there's so many associates out there who do this particular
But you don't
thing.
have to do that. You have to stay very calm and professional. When or your client reach out to you and they act that way, you need to prove that you know what you are doing. You need to tell this person, see, I'm not just a realtor for nothing. I'm not just into real estate because I love to put on a blue schwazi. I'm into real estate because I know what I'm doing. You're not the first person I'm selling to, and the others are bought from me. Actually, trust me. You understand? You have to calm the person down. Be very professional. No matter what's happening, even if you want to derail from the business conversation, it should not be like derailing forever. You don't go out with your clients and you guys go to the nightclub the whole night. You are enjoying. That's not being professional.
No, that's not being
You can only do
professional.
that when maybe you've closed on this client and you become good friends, like very good friends. There are clients that become very good friends. You can now hang out with your clients, but you cannot be trying to close the client. You take the client to the club and you're having fun, you're enjoying. The client is actually spending money that they would have used to buy the land. You understand? So you have to actually stay very calm and professional. And also, you have to build challenges into trust building moments. Like, turn challenges into trust building moments. You will always face challenges with clients.
Definitely.
It's never going to go the way you want it to go all the time. You meet clients who are complicated, they're difficult. You don't necessarily need to give up. Okay, you just need to trust the process. Let it be part of your building. Let it be part of what is motivating you to be who you want to be.
Yeah.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. I've had clients that I would text for 30 days. Every single day I would drop you a hello. I would drop you a hi. Yes, no response. I would drop you a this. I would drop you. And I had a client that I had been pitching to him, talking to him, and it took him a year and many months to come and purchase. So it's just consistency, and it's because I knew that this person actually has potential. This person actually loves clients with respect, with love. Customer is always right, even though they're not always right, but they're always right. So
It's
it's
always
good
right. So
when
in
you
every business.
when you satisfy them, they're definitely going to refer you. You need to be very soft, calm, polite, and responsible and professional.
And also, you have to document and take track
Of every transaction.
Yeah.
It's very important because if I am come up tomorrow and say, oh, I gave you 4 million francs. When the client just gave you 2 million francs, you did not document the transaction.
Nothing.
How will you prove that this client is actually wrong? So it's very, very important for you to track and document all transactions you're having with your client because it's very, very, very important.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys had an amazing session with us today. With me in our live session, and like I said, I'm with beautiful Miss Sandra and Terry Claire. So we've come to the end of our live session, but we're not going to leave you without a final motivation. So our motivation for today says clients are not just transactions, but they are long-term partners in your success. Make it a deal to always keep a good relationship with your clients.
You see, like I said, clients are not just transactions. You can actually find a wife or a husband
Oh my
from
god.
your client. So you need to, it's very important, you need to always keep track with your clients because this client might give you future clients, might give you future babies.
Oh my
You
god.
understand? So it's very, very important for you to keep in touch with them. I'll be receiving questions. If you have any question, if you have any worry, if you did not understand something about what we just spoke about, on everything we just spoke about, please type and drop this question so we can answer you, we can clarify you. If you have a worry on real estate, anything related to real estate, please drop a comment so we can actually handle your worry.
Thank you guys. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Keep your questions rolling. You can also always check our social media handles on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, everywhere. You can also come to our office at Court Junction, Boya, if you have any further questions to ask or to see the CEO, Sir George Babylon Fund in person.
Yeah,
So
and
make it a deal to visit us.
And if you're coming to the office, just come to the office. If when you come to the office, say you are from the live session and we have a gift for you. Say you are
Yay!
from the live session, we have a gift for you. Even if you're just coming to visit us, to visit our beautiful office, because our office is one in town.
One in
There's
town.
no other office like this. So
No.
if you're coming, just say you're coming from the live session and you have a gift, very, very special gift. We're waiting on your questions.
And
Please
guys, please
ask
make it
me
a deal
questions.
to always join our live session every Friday. We are on 3 p.m. So make it a deal to always be with us for our live session.
Those of you who are interested in joining real estate or are already into real estate, these are very, very insightful. We're giving you knowledge for free. Knowledge that you pay millions to get, but we're giving you for free. So don't miss out. Let it be a date. And if you don't have data, text us. We give you data. So you can attend the live sessions every Friday.
Okay, keep your questions rolling. Our associates that are out there, you definitely know some associates that want some other people who want to become associates. You can always reach out to us, come to our office at Court Junction, and then you get to meet our associate manager, Mr. Nkwenembo, and he's going to take you through the program on how you're going to carry on from there. So make it a deal to visit us. Keep your questions rolling. Why? Oh my god. Okay. That's a question. We have a question from Miss Navy. What if the person doesn't want to buy, but is just interested in the person selling? Do you want to take on that?
Okay, what if the person doesn't want to buy but is just interested in the person selling? Here at Crown Homes Holdings, we're interested in selling real estate. And if you want anything to do or if you're interested in anybody here at Crown Homes Holdings, you deal with that out of Crown Homes Holdings. You meet the person out of Crown Homes Holdings. If you're coming to Crown Homes Holdings, you're coming for real estate, okay? But then it's very easy if you want anybody here. You just need to buy.
Oh
Oh yeah, you just need to buy. If you want to go, maybe you're interested in someone. If you want to talk to her, if you want access to
So,
talk to
so are
her.
you trying to say when the buyer and they get the collateral?
I'm not saying when they buy. I'm saying that if they want to maybe take you out on a date, you're a very beautiful young lady. They want to on a date. They need to buy.
Oh my
At least they
god.
should just buy. So if you are actually interested, here we we are very professional. We don't mix our pleasure with business. So if you are interested in
But
anyone here, if you're interested in any business out of real estate, you have to deal with it out of the company.
all right, but just to cut you short, I feel like the question was being related to the associates that are
Okay.
out there.
Okay.
Yes. If you have a client who is interested in you and not the property, how do you carry on with that?
Well, that would depend on the associate. If you're interested, if you're open for other engagements, you're free to. That depends on you. But you should know where to draw the line between having a professional and a personal relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, that would just depend on you, your level of maturity and how you want to handle it. But then every person should not have access to you. You should not use the pretext of coming to buy land to have access to you. So you need to know how to decipher and then deal with it.
Oh, and Miss Navy is asking that what if she's not interested but she's tempted to answer the person rudely?
If she's not interested in the person and
Yes.
she's tempted to answer the person rudely.
You know, because you have to keep the business professional.
But this person is not coming for a professional relationship. This person is interested in you.
No, the person actually got to you because of the professional part.
Okay.
Yes. The
And
person
the
needed a property, but after that now the person is no more getting the property.
No, you get the property.
You have to, I feel like the answer is for you to be professional
Yeah,
with
you
it.
have to.
If you see that the person doesn't want to get the property and the person is getting off the professional zone, then you just maintain your professional relationship, and whatever comes after that, it has nothing to do with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have another question. What if I become friendly with my clients and they become interested in me and forget about the business? What if I become friendly with my client and they become interested in me and forget about the business?
That's why you have to keep it professional. I feel like that's why you have to keep your conversation very professional. You should not go off limit. You should not start talking about some other things. What have you eaten today? That has nothing to do with your professional business. Even though we admitted that yes, to an extent you have to know your client, you have to be friendly, but then you have to have a limit. You have to have a limit.
Have you ever heard of I carry my business for my head? Like I carry my business for my head. If you are friendly with me and then you forget about the business, I will forget about you. It's just simple. Yes. You cannot use my business as pretext. It's better you come without using the business.
Definitely.
Yeah. But if you come close to me and then you no longer want to you forget about my business. How will you forget about my business? How will you forget about what actually connected us together? I'll forget about you because my business is on my head. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
What if you are professional and it still turns out that way? What if you're professional and it still turns out that way? Do
You
have
see,
something to say about
communication.
that?
I feel like you stop communicating with the client because it shows that the client doesn't just want the property.
At that point, it's
Yes.
no longer a client.
The client doesn't need the property.
At that point, it's not a client because he has not even purchased any property from you. So he's not even a client. I think just deal with it out of the professional field. You should know as a lady or a man, because there are some men that women will run after them forever. So you just have to deal with it out of the professional milieu. Because at Crown Homes, she will not tell you have to talk to this person, don't talk to this person, don't talk to this person, but you will know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
If you see someone that is coming for business, you will know. If someone is coming for business, you will know. If someone is coming to be friendly or for pleasure, I think you will still know. Yeah, so it's just for you to make the difference, cut the excess, and then you balance everything. Balance the equation and you move.
I know most of the associates that are out there, the female, they will be like, better they work now for man they move. But I bet you, we have a lot of beautiful girls at Crown Homes Holding, and they are doing a very good job. So never limit yourself whatsoever.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Real estate is not only for men. Real estate is for men and for women. And trust me, women are cashing out in real estate. Use your beauty. Women are cashing out. If that man is coming to talk to you as friendly, use your brain and talk to him about business. As he's trying to get into you two you're trying to get into. You understand? Where they want as he's leading to somewhere, you're also going to somewhere. We don't just be so so dumb to give in to what he has to say without having to extract from him. Yeah. So real estate is absolutely
Someone is
lovely.
texting. Please, can you invite George on the next session? I think this comment is very, very interesting. He's definitely going to be for. He's definitely going to be for our next session. But I cannot assure you
Sure.
that
Yeah.
100 on 100.
Actually a very
But he
busy
will be
person.
for one of our sessions.
Yeah, so we actually communicate this comment with him, and if he's available, of course, he'll be here. But he's very, very busy. So, and besides, he has been teaching you all for free a lot, so many times. But anyways, we'll communicate with him and get back to you.
Yeah, and like you always say, he's raising leaders, and us as leaders, we are also raising leaders out there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining our live session. Thank you so much. Oh, we have another question. The last question for today. Can you take on it?
How do I turn challenges into trust building moments? Okay, like I said, in business and in real estate, you will always have challenges. You always face challenges. In every other business, you always face challenges. But now you need to build these moments. You need to know that, or you need to make yourself in such a way that these challenges don't break you. These challenges will be like stories that you would tell when you're actually teaching or mentoring others. When you're actually giving your testimonies to people, I started like this, I used to do this. You will use these challenges like stories, okay? So these challenges do not need to break you. You have to keep moving. Just trust in the process, and of course, you use these challenges to build that.
Yeah, just to add to that, we all face challenges. So don't ever feel like you are the only person facing challenges. Whether you're a teller, you're facing a challenge. Whether you're a realtor, you're facing a challenge. Like they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So take the challenges and grow from there. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of our live session today. Thank you so much for being a part of this live session. We hope to meet you again next week, Friday. Same time, same venue, same platforms. Make it a deal to be part of us.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye
See
from
you
my
all
end.
next week. Bye.
Bye.
Why are you laughing and laughing and distracting?